Hi folks, hope all is well over at your place. Hope you're having a good day thus far. And in today's video, we're going to be doing an entirely different thing. So what is this different thing? Well, most of you guys would probably not know that I'm actually a Pokemon fan for about 13 years now. I started on Gen 4 and as of last week, the 27th of February or something, we got the trailer for the 8th generation of Pokemon. Now I've played pretty much every game from Gen 4 onward, I believe I actually did, the mainstream games at least, and I want to be going my hopes and fears for Generation 8 in this specific video. With every hope that I have, there's also a fear that I have. And keep in mind, this is strictly my opinion, so if you're not agreeing with me on some points, then you can let me know in the comments down below. I'm always open to a discussion and a debate. So a thing that I've been hoping for ever since Gen 6 came out is new Mega Evolutions. We've seen it in X and Y, of course, that introduced Mega Evolution, as well as Auras, you know, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Those introduced new Mega Evolutions. But in Gen 7, there was another thing that came out, and that just shoved the Mega Evolution part to the post game. And we saw that all we got was, you know, the Z moves, and every generation of Pokemon has its niche, and the niche in Gen 6 was Mega Evolution. The niche in Gen 7 was the Z moves, and in Gen 8 people are speculating that it's going to be Armored Evolutions, and that is the fear that is actually coming with this hope. My fear is because the guy that actually rumored this is already right about Pokemon Sword and Shield, as well as the fact that it's based on England, because, you know, you could look at the region, it's fucking England. And I don't know how they are going to implement Armored Evolutions and what they are going to be, but I don't like, as of yet, of course, because there's nothing known about them, but Armored Evolutions, they don't seem to do very much for me in terms of, you know, battling style and stuff. Keep in mind, this is only me right now. You know, this is only me giving my opinion as of yet, not knowing anything about Armored Evolutions whatsoever, whatever the fuck they are going to be doing. But my personal hope for Gen 8 is that they are going to be doing new Mega Evolutions. A part of me also thinks that they are actually not doing any Mega Evolutions because so many Mega Evolutions are already here. I believe around 50 Pokemon already got new Mega or new Evolutions or temporary evolutions that are called Mega Evolutions. And I'm not sure if people want more each generation, because if you do like 20 more each game, or each generation for that matter, there's going to be a point where there's so many Mega Evolutions that it's just not special anymore. The second hope I got for the new generation is that there's at least 100 new Pokemon. And with those 100 new Pokemons, there should be around maybe 5-6 legendaries, not the amount of Ultra Sun, Moon / Moon legendaries, because I classify Ultra Beasts as legendaries, and just take them all together. There's like 8 Ultra Beasts, there's 4 legendaries or something, or now there's about 7 even. So you have about 80 Pokemon in the new Pokemon game, in the 7th generation, and about 15 to 20 of them are Ultra Beasts / legendaries. And I hope that the new Pokemons are actually going to be, you know, somewhat more unique, like they did in Gen 7 with all the basic evolutions actually, because all of those, most of the Pokemons, aside from being legendary / Ultra Beast, it was just a basic stage evolution, you know, it didn't have any evolution, it was just one Pokemon here, one Pokemon there. So that's another concern that I have, or a fear that I have with new Pokemon coming. And also the fact that, especially X and Y suffered from the amount of lack of Pokemon that it had, you know, because in the first route you'd find like of course the 3 new Pokemon from the 6th gen, but after that you would start seeing more and more from the old generations, and at times you couldn't even see, I'm talking about X and Y by the way still, at times you couldn't even see what the hell you were doing, or you couldn't even see new Pokemon, because, you know, you didn't know what the hell you were looking for, in what direction. In the 7th generation they kinda did more Pokemon as in the 6th generation, but I also find the lack of diversity in Pokemons quite, you know, they were unique. Don't get me wrong, they were all unique in the Alola region, but And they felt to me like they weren't unique enough for me. You know, the basic evolutions were like, they were just there. They weren't something that I would like. You know, I liked Wishy-Washy, I liked Salazzle, but the rest of them, like Drampa, Togedemaru, what's it, Komala, I believe it's called, those aren't really, you know, memorable. I'm asking for some more memorable Pokemon, because Gen 6, I mean, I can name 2 from the top of my head right now, being Aegislash and Greninja, that are the only one that are really memorable to me because I had them on my team. My third hope is the region not being linear. You know, Kalos, and so the 6th generation again, unfortunately, that's X and Y are probably the worst games that opinion of course, but are probably the worst games in my honest opinion. Mainly because of, you know, it was too easy, even with the XP share turned off. The amount of Pokemon was just too... It was 60 or something. Another thing was the region being linear as hell. And Unova is the one that suffered from that the most. You had to go one way and you couldn't go another. X and Y kinda had that going for it, but Unova, it was just go, 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 go. In Black and White 2 kind of fixed that, but I still felt like it was just too linear, you know. You just go to a path, you know, go over there, and you can only go backward, you can't go left or right. Sinnoh and Johto, I believe, was it Johto? Yeah, Sinnoh and Johto did that the best. You could go either way. You know, you could say, you can go to the left here, you can go to the right here. And I love that about both Sinnoh and Johto. For the record, I have a bias for Johto, or not for Johto, for Sinnoh, because I love, that's my favorite generation as a whole. But by the looks of it, that's another fear that comes with this hope. By the looks of it, unfortunately, it's going to be another linear region. Maybe you can sidetrack a few things, but you know, there's also a lot of backtracking that I like to do in Pokemon games. Sinnoh did that. The actual best game that did that for me was Platinum English. You know, you had to come to a city multiple times to actually be able to, you know, fully progress in the story, and that's something nice. That's something good that they did with Sinnoh. And like I said, I missed that, especially in Unova and Kalos. Alola didn't really suffer from that, because it was 4 islands and you had to traverse around the island to actually be able to do the shit you wanted. So, like I said, it didn't really do anything. And lastly, I want the new Pokemon game to have a good storyline. Well, Alola was a really good story, you know. Usually it's the bad team that has bad intentions. And Unova, as well as, you know, Alola, had a great story. Kalos, on the other hand, you know, maybe you can see my bias for the Kalos region by now. But yeah, both of the games that I just named have really good plot twist / storylines, and I really want that to happen, but I kind of want it to be like in Unova, more text-based instead of cutscene-based, because the cutscenes in Ultra Sun and the normal Sun and Moon were just too much. You know, it kind of destroys the replay value for me. And I also am one of those people who loves to replay Pokemon. I still have my Platinum, I still have Soul Silver, I still have Heart Gold, I still have the entire 4th, 5th, and 6th gen to my disposal because of the replay value of those games. Especially the 4th generation for me, being Heart Gold and Soul Silver too. So let me know in the comments down below what are your hopes and maybe some fears for the new generation. And yeah, of course the speculation isn't always facts, but you know, we only have speculation as of yet. And the guy who posted that it was going to be Sword and Shield also stated that there were going to be Armored Evolutions, and it kind of fits in with the Sword and Shield team. But okay, that aside, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.